Imagine if I told you that one of the brightest minds of our time is shaping our future in ways we can only dream of. Yep, I'm talking about a guy who's all about rockets, robots, and pushing boundaries. How cool is that? Can you picture this? Someone standing in front of a huge crowd, their voice shaking and tears rolling down their cheeks, passionately defending Jesus Christ. It's powerful, right? This wasn't just some performance or a prank, you know? This was the real deal. Elon Musk, the guy everyone looks to for tech and the future, wasn't chatting about Mars or robots this time. He was talking about something way deeper, something that really lasts forever, you know? It kicked off at a super fun panel at the Tech Summit. Among the speakers was a professor, sharp-minded and confident, who mocked religion. He called Jesus a fairy tale, a comforting myth, nothing more. The crowd laughed, but then the room fell silent. Elon Musk stood up. People expected a scientific rebuttal. Instead, what came out was deeply personal. Elon took the mic, paused, and said, "I've built machines that can see beyond human eyes, launched rockets past the sky, but I still can't explain one thing: love, compassion, grace." He said the name Jesus, softly but clearly. Jesus represents everything we can't simulate: forgiveness, mercy, sacrifice. I believe in him not because I understand everything, but because in my darkest moments, I felt his presence. He went on to share a story. Years ago, when Tesla and SpaceX were collapsing and he was sleeping on friends' couches, he cried out, not expecting an answer. He didn't hear a voice, but he felt a peace science couldn't explain. "That's why I can simulate life," he said, "but I can't create a soul. Only God can do that." The audience was stunned. The professor tried to reply, but Elon interrupted him gently. "You call it a myth. But what if the greatest truth is the one we dismiss as fiction?" The clip never made it to the mainstream, but it spread rapidly online. People began to wonder, could the man leading us to Mars also be guided by faith? In other conversations, Elon has hinted at deeper beliefs. He talks about simulation theory, the idea that our world might be artificially constructed. But he once said, if it is a simulation, someone had to create it, that someone is the creator. He described science as filled with fingerprints, evidence of design, not randomness. This wasn't the only moment. Weeks later, during an interview, Elon was asked again about God. He didn't dodge the question. He said, "There's a force, a consciousness maybe. That's beyond us. I don't think we're alone, and I don't mean aliens." He paused. "I mean something divine." His voice cracked slightly as he described sitting alone in a dark office late at night, staring at the stars outside the SpaceX hangar, wondering if there was a greater purpose. "There's something in us," he said, "a longing for meaning. You can't write code for that. You can't engineer a soul." He insinuated that he lost someone close. He wouldn't say who, but it changed him. "I felt like I had all the tools to change the world, but none to heal my own heart. That's when I picked up a Bible, not as a believer, just as someone who needed something." He smiled faintly. "I found more than I expected." There was backlash. Of course there was. Blogs mocked him. Headlines twisted his words. But for every critic, there were thousands more who listened, who wondered, who asked themselves, if Elon Musk is questioning the limits of science, maybe we should too. Even his tweets began to reflect a shift. He posted quotes from philosophers. He asked questions about the nature of consciousness. Once, he even posted a verse from the book of John. "The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it." No context, just the verse. It sent the internet into a frenzy. So what do we do with this? Do we dismiss it? Do we explain it away? Or do we stop just for a moment and listen? Not just to Elon Musk, but to the quiet voice inside us. The one asking, why are we here? What's the point of all this? What if the answer isn't found in algorithms or equations, but in something older, something sacred? This isn't just about Elon. It's about all of us. In a world obsessed with the future, maybe it's time to rediscover the ancient, the eternal, the divine. Maybe it's time to let our hearts catch up with our technology. Because at the end of the day, no matter how fast our rockets fly or how smart our machines become, they can't answer the one question every soul asks. Am I loved? Shouldn't we at least consider the possibility? Look, this isn't about religion. It's about truth, about meaning, about the battle between doubt and faith inside every one of us. It's about finding light in the middle of darkness. And if you're still watching this video, maybe, just maybe that light is starting to shine in you. So don't scroll away. Don't forget this. Don't laugh it off. Instead, ask yourself, what if it's real? What if he's real? What if Jesus isn't just a story, but the story? The greatest minds in history searched for God. Some found him. Others ran from him. Elon Musk might be on his way to finding him. And that journey, his journey, is awakening something powerful across the globe. You were meant to hear this. You were meant to feel this. Maybe you were meant to believe. And maybe, just maybe, this is your moment. Don't miss it. Share this video with someone who needs hope, who needs light, who needs to know they are not alone. Because sometimes the most unbelievable story turns out to be the one that saves us. This is more than technology, more than theory. This is about truth. This is about faith. This is about you.